While we are hearing a lot from pundits about the possible clash of civilizations at this time, and I'm referring to Huntington's book, Clash of Civilizations, what we are clearly seeing is a clash of religious culture. And as the Middle East unravels from decades of totalitarian regimes and undue influence from the Western world in their societies, it is to be expected that the populist movements, that we see a particular brand of populism rise up within these Arab states that wants to defend and speak for Islam as a viable way of life. If the Western world remains condescending, this will only delay the progress that the moderates in the Arab states are seeking. What is necessary for Islam to move towards modernity is for the moderates to be met on a level of parity with Western counterparts and with support, so that the moderate voices are given just as much media attention as the radical voices. As the moderate voices are given more prestige and media time, the populations will acknowledge the growing power and standing that the moderate voices have with the world community. And this is how the Western world can be further supportive of the evolving democratic story in the Arab states. The democratic story in the Arab states is at the very early stages. We will see these wide swings as the groups and factions fight for the soul of Islam. We will see the radicals and the fundamentalists put forth every effort to derail the movement towards genuine democracy. But we must then support the moderates, support the efforts of legitimate governments to restabilize their countries and not contribute to destabilizing those countries. As far as President Morsi goes in Egypt, there have been a wide range of opinions about how he has conducted himself during this time. What we can be sure of is that he is inexperienced in his role as head of state. His role within the Muslim Brotherhood predicates a turn towards the Muslim Brotherhood, acknowledging them as his base of support, which he did. When he turned toward the Muslim Brotherhood, condemning the film, he was then met with the ire of the international community for not taking a stand in support of protecting the embassies and embassy personnel. As the president of Egypt, Mr. Morsi finds his legs, finds what the responsibilities and the role of head of state requires of him. This will impact the greater state of Egypt. But it stands to reason that in these early months of his presidency, he is yet unaware of the full responsibility he has. And that responsibility means protecting embassies and embassy personnel. We did see him walk back his support of the Muslim Brotherhood and make a public statement for the condemnation of the film, but also condemning the violent reaction. And this is, unfortunately, in a YouTube area, on the job training for Mr. Morsi.